This is it, guys. The full summary of One Piece chapter 1165 is finally here. The long-awaited climax of the God Valley flashback. And it's absolutely insane. Roger and Garp, side by side, against Demon Xebec. They actually defeat him. But the way it happens changes everything. Let's dive straight in. Drop a like, subscribe, and buckle up, because this chapter is pure cinema. The story picks up right where we left off last week, with that haunting telepathic voice of Xebec echoing through the battlefield. The so-called voice of the universe shakes everyone to their core. And when Roger and Garp arrive, they see it. A demon. A towering, monstrous figure that's no longer human. Xebec has completely awakened, a form born from darkness itself. Multiple pages, guys. No dialogue, just pure action. Oda actually gives us back-to-back spreads of raw, destructive fighting. The ground cracks, the sky splits, and even the sea trembles. Roger swings his sword, Garp throws his fists, and nothing hurts Xebec. Not even scratches. And finally, the sky splits from Conqueror's Haki. The thing we expected during God Valley, it's happening right here. That thunderous clash between kings. Roger and Garp are literally sent flying into the last mountain standing on God Valley. Their bodies broken, their coats torn, but they get up again. They throw off their capes, blood dripping, and they smile. Now we're warmed up. Absolute chills. Garp contacts his soldiers through a transponder snail. Finish your mission. We'll return soon. He doesn't even know if he'll survive, but he says it anyway. Roger laughs. I plan to steal Haki and the treasure. Guess that worked out. It's insane to realize that both men, one a pirate, one a marine, think exactly alike. Enemies by title, brothers by spirit. Garp even says he once wanted to capture Roger and Xebec together, put both in cuffs. And now he's fighting alongside Roger to stop the same man. The irony is beautiful. And Roger, he respects him completely. They're fighting like the greatest tag team in history. No coordination, no plan, just instinct. Meanwhile, the Roger pirates have escaped with Haki and the treasure. Rayleigh tells the crew to set sail. He and Gabon are going back for their captain. Shiki sees it from afar and declares this is the end of the Rock's pirates. Kaido and Big Mom argue, furious about betrayal and stolen devil fruits. Kaido says he'll repay that debt one day. The same debt we know echoes on Wano decades later. On the other side of God Valley, Whitebeard appears. He runs into a new character, Graham, captain of the Polo Pirates. And this dude says he's a fan of Whitebeard. He invites him to join his crew, and Whitebeard just laughs, no thanks. But here's the twist. Graham looks exactly like Marco. People are already calling him Marco's father. That means little 7-year-old Marco might actually be on that ship right now. That's wild. We also see Stussy, Ginzu, and even Gilbuster, the guy from Oda's one-shot Wanted. He's here holding treasure followed by little ghost-like hollows, which means he might have been the original user of Perona's hollow fruit. That's such a deep Oda reference. Stussy is furious Whitebeard's gone. She was always obsessed with him. But then, Dragon appears. Yes, Dragon! He's on a giant marine ship, pointing a rifle at a higher-ranking officer. He's protecting civilians from God Valley, forcing the Marines to take them to safety. He's already questioning the justice of the world government. This might be the true beginning of the Revolutionary Army's ideology. Dragon, the rebel, born right here at God Valley. Meanwhile, the impossible happens. Emu returns. Not dead, not gone. Emu has merged with Saturn's body. Same old man frame, but with Emu's glowing red eyes. He boards a world government ship, leaving the island behind. And before departing, he orders God Valley to be erased from existence. Every record, every memory, wiped by CP6 and G11 Marines. The Great Purge begins. Back to the battle. Roger and Garp versus Demon Xebec. The island is literally collapsing around them. Xebec is using his own Conqueror's Haki to counter theirs. You can feel the pressure through the panels. Roger shouts, "Let's end this with everything we've got." Garp nods. This is their final move. Roger unleashes his ultimate slash, cutting straight through Xebec's body with Divine Conqueror's Haki. And Garp ignites his fists. Flames burst out of his hands, larger than his entire body. A new form of Haki? Maybe. He calls it Infinitum Explosion. Hundreds of blazing punches rain down like meteors. It looks like Gear 5 meets Red Rock, but multiplied by 1,000. The entire panel is just fire, light, and chaos. And finally, the demon falls. Xebec collapses, but his eyes still glow. Some say a dark spirit leaves his body. Maybe the essence of Domi Reverse itself. Others think his soul might still exist, somewhere. But the narrator closes it perfectly. The Rocks Pirates, an organization of chaos that shaped an entire generation. Their echoes still rumble across history. And that's how chapter 1165 ends. The demon of God Valley has fallen. Roger and Garp stand victorious. Barely. But even together, they could only defeat this monster, not Emu. That means whatever comes next on Elbaf will be even greater. The Domi Reverse curse, the dark power of the gods, the legacy of the Rocks Pirates. All of it is leading to the final war. I can't wait to see this animated, guys. Imagine the Mappa-level visuals for those Haki fists on fire. Imagine the sky splitting in motion, the sound design, the screams, the thunder. This is going to be one of the greatest fights in anime history. So, what do you think? Was this the perfect end for Xebec? Do you think that dark spirit means his soul survived? Let me know your theories in the comments. I'll be covering every detail in the live chapter stream this Sunday. Don't miss it. That's it for today, my friends. Thank you for watching Anime Siders. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week after the break. Have an amazing day. And remember, legends never die.